What's happening, everybody? Sean Daniel with Guitar Control here, and today we're going to talk about the least amount of music theory that you need to know. It's really just going to be 3 chords and their positions within a scale. We're going to break it down really easy, and in fact, this is going to be kind of a precursor to a course that I have coming out, so definitely click the link below because it'll get you on the pre-list to notify you when the course goes live. Just click it to get a little more information about the course. It's really kind of learning almost any song you'd ever want to learn using only 10 chords. Bold statement, but pretty true. So definitely click that link if you want some more information, if something like that interests you. But right now we're going to jump right into the major scale and how we make chords from it, just really quick, all right? All scales is a group of notes that sound good together, okay? In Western music, we use something called the major scale. You probably have heard it a million times. It sounds like this. Okay, 7 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that 8th one is the first note, again at a higher pitch, called an octave, right? Because it's 8 notes away. So we happen to be starting on a G. This is the G major scale. It's called the G major scale because we do this guitar hand shape. Our first note is a G, okay? Now when I say a hand shape, it's really just if every fret on the guitar gets its own finger. Most of you have 4 fingers on a thumb on your fretting hand. Start with your middle finger on the 3rd fret. There's that G, okay? So when I say a shape, middle pinky, you can just use your middle finger and then your pinky going 3 to 5 on the low E string. You go down a string, index middle pinky, 2, 3, 5. That's the A string. Down another string to the D string, index ring pinky. So this is a shape, and a shape is easier to memorize, I think, than just kind of like a group of notes together. So when you use this shape, middle pinky, index, middle pinky, index, ring pinky. Starting on a G, gives us G major. We can go 1 note higher. This is a G sharp. That's the G sharp major scale. That's the A sharp, so on and so forth, right? It's totally movable. Now, chords that you'll use to play really any song are going to be found inside of these scales. So like I said, there's 7 notes in this scale, the G major scale. They're really just like the 7 letters of the musical alphabet, starting on a G, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. There's an F sharp in the key of G. We'll talk more about that in the course. I don't want to get too bogged down just like the names of the notes and stuff. I just want to go right to the chords from these scales. But definitely that's why the course could be valuable to you because it has more information. There's graphics and kind of like printouts and stuff that you can use too. So the first note is a G, okay? This is indicative of G major chord, all right? Now, you may have already come across a lot of different songs that use a G major chord. You may have also noticed that in certain songs, you'll see kind of the same groupings of chords together, okay? A lot of times a G is going to be followed by a C, which may be followed by a D that almost always leads back to G. Okay, so those are going to be the 3 chords that we're going to talk about. This G major chord, middle finger, 3rd fret on the E string, pointer finger, 2nd fret on the A string, ring finger, pinky, whatever, 3rd fret on the bottom string. And you can strum all of them, right? That G major chord comes from the G major scale. Our root note, the note that is responsible for the name, starts right here, okay? That's the 1 chord because it's the first note in the scale that we did, right? Now that other chord, C, 3A, 2D, open G, 1B, open E. Now what number note is this 3rd fret on the A string in that major scale shape we did? If G is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So C is the 4 chord in this key, all right? What comes after C in the alphabet? D. So D is the 5 chord. So we can talk about these chords as numbers, the 1, the 4, and the 5, all right? Now that, I think, is the least amount of music theory that you need to know. Just kind of like seeing a chord and then assigning a number to it. Specifically 1, 4s, and 5s. You'll see 1, 4s, and 5s in really any single genre of music. The blues specifically is made up of almost exclusively different creative ways to play a 1, 4, and 5, but that doesn't mean you won't see that in rock, country, jazz, anything. This is where it starts, taking this 1 shape and then turning it into chords. All 3 of these are major chords. The 1, 4, and 5 are always major. So just kind of like a quick hitting idea of where these chords come from. You can do the same shape starting on a C On the A string, the C is the 3rd fret. A sharp, B, C. We can do that same pattern with your fingers, middle, pinky, index, middle, pinky, index, ring, pinky, to give us the notes of C major. So in the key of C, the 1 chord is C, the 4 chord is C, D, E, F, and the 5 chord is C, D, E, F, G. So a song in the key of C, you may have already come across this, is a C, F, and a G. That is C major's version of G, C, and D. Okay, they kind of have a feel for it, and this is something that you're gonna develop an ear for. And we're gonna use a lot of real life song examples in the course if you wanna check that one out, because I think a really great way to learn all this stuff and really have it solidify is to kind of take a song that you already know what it sounds like, and then to kind of deconstruct it, which is what we're gonna do through a lot of these chord voicings and through some of these numbering systems. So once you kind of get a hold of that and you see it in a real life application, I think it kind of solidifies more, and then it becomes something you don't have to just memorize and something that you intuitively understand, which is really just kind of like a cool thing about learning an instrument in general. So hopefully that was helpful for you, and it kind of gets those gears turning as far as like why music theory is important. Just because this is the least amount that you need to know doesn't mean you have to stop learning. So definitely click that link below, get some more information about the course, and please let us know if you have any questions in the comment section below, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks a lot.